Hello everybody, Local Lego Man here, and welcome back to yet another Lego review, specifically a Lego Ninjago review. And as you might all know, Lego Ninjago has kind of got into the habit ever since the initial release of the Ninjago City modular to release a brand new Ninjago City modular set every 2 to 3 years. And that's what we're going to be checking out. That's right, we got the big one. The big one. And when I say the big one, I'm talking, of course, about set 71799, containing 6,163 pieces and retailing for a whopping $350, the Ninjago City Markets. This is the biggest set that I've ever built, and it is awesome. This set has a ridiculous amount of figures, a ridiculous amount of pieces, 3 instruction booklets, like 70-something stickers. This thing is massive, and it's bonkers. It's crazy. It's bananas. So, without further ado, let's check out this massive set.
Okay, this set is amazing, but in order to fully cover the set in a timely manner, we're gonna have to rapid fire through the figures since there's 21 figures included within this set. Alright, let's get it started with Lloyd.
Now, Lloyd looks great, coming with 2 golden katanas. This figure also has a double-sided face, and overall looks great thanks to the inclusion of some awesome front and back printing.
Next up, we have Nia.
And Nia's figure also comes with 2 golden katanas, and like Lloyd, also includes a double-sided face, and overall the ninja design is just super cool with this brand new cowl piece.
After that, we have Detective Zane.
Now, Detective Zane comes with a magnifying glass, and this is one of my favorite figures of the set due to this awesome, almost grayscale design of the figure, reminding me of old detective noir films.
Next up, we have Blacksmith Kai.
And this figure comes with a blacksmith hammer, and overall the figure is pretty neat, including a double-sided head. But I do wish the actual torso and leg design wasn't a reuse of older prints.
After that, we have Urban Aaron.
And this figure comes with a printed waffle piece, and I have to say that I'm a big fan of the new hair mold for this figure, along with the exclusive leg printing. I just wish he had Lloyd's core mask as an accessory as well, since I think that would have been a really neat extra reference.
Next up, we have Urban Sora.
And this figure comes with a takeout container and some chopsticks, and the figure also comes with a double-sided face, but I do wish that the hair wasn't a reused mold, since this doesn't really match the character's hair and headphone combo, which is included within the show.
After that, we have Misdemeanor.
And this figure comes with this super cool flamethrower accessory, and overall I have to say that I'm just a big fan of this figure's design with the awesome red mohawk and the gunmetal gray and red color scheme for both the torso and the legs.
After that, we have Hound Dog McBrag.
Now, this figure comes with a pair of handcuffs and also includes a really detailed double-sided head with this angry expression, and overall this is just another very solid figure.
After that, we have Camille,
who comes with a pair of scissors, and it's awesome to finally get this figure since I believe this was the last Tournament of Elements Elemental Master that we needed to get to complete the entire set, and I have to say I'm happy they put in the extra detail with this figure.
Next up, we have the best Ninjago character, that being Dareth.
And this figure comes with a glass and a rag, which is actually just an arm cast piece the other way around, which works really well. And other than that, Dareth also has a double-sided head, and I mean, it's Dareth, so this is just a great figure.
After that, we have Cyrus Borg.
And although this figure doesn't come with any accessories, it is great to finally be getting a Cyrus Borg figure. And although I wish they had made that new hair mold for him, it's not that big of a deal since the character looks great.
Next up, we have Racer 7.
And this figure comes with this container and red figure meant to reference Tahu and the container they came in, and other than that, this figure has this super cool torso printing, which is also a really great reference to Bionicles.
After that, we have Gail Gossip.
And this figure comes with a microphone and also includes a double-sided head. This is honestly another one of those desired figures that Ninjago fans have wanted for a while, so it's really awesome to see their inclusion here.
Next up, we have Vinnie Folson.
And this figure comes with this brick-built camera, and it's pretty cool to finally be getting this figure, especially after all of the cool character development that they gave this character with Garmadon in the Crystallized season.
After that, we have the Sashimi Chef.
And this figure comes with a cleaver for the accessory, and I have to say that the design is sick, and I love the reference to sashimi from the Prime Empire season on the apron of this figure.
Next up, the baker.
And this figure comes with a whisk, and this figure does also include a double-sided face. And I also want to point out this awesome hair hat combo piece, which really elevates the character.
After that, we have the boat vendor,
who comes with this dark tan staff piece and honestly has such a great design. And I also want to point out that the head print includes a hearing aid, which is a really cool extra touch for this character.
Next up, we have the street vendor.
And they come with this yellow jar type thing, as well as including a double-sided head. And I'm a really big fan of the simplistic design, and the hair mold as well is super cool.
After that, we have the Borg store employee,
who comes with a Borg phone, as well as a double-sided face. And overall, this figure is really cool. And I also really like the inclusion of this hairpiece, which was initially introduced within the Marvel CMF series.
Next up, we have the tea vendor.
And this figure comes with a teacup, and I really love how this figure is a reference to Steep Wisdom, which is Master Wu's tea shop that he opens up in the Possession season of Ninjago.
And last but most certainly not least, the Dojo Kid.
And this figure comes with this ice cream cone as an accessory, and the character also uses this torso print, which was introduced in the second wave of core sets, and overall, it's just a pretty neat figure. Alrighty, now that we've taken a look at all of the minifigures within this set, it's time to finally take a look at the main build. Starting off with the base level of the markets. And this base part continues the same water design that we have seen throughout all of the other Ninjago City modulars, but I really like some of the extra details they've added in the main markets area, such as this Steep Wisdom booth, this little vegetable booth, and this boat, which also kind of serves as a mobile vendor booth. Other than that, I also have to point out the bridge build that connects both of the base plates together, since it uses a lot of really interesting pieces to get this super eye-catching design. And I also have to say that all of the buildings on these first two floors have some amazing exterior details, such as these plants on the back of the hair salon, the awesome stickers and posters for both Monster Fighters, which is one of my personal favorite themes, and classic pirates, this super cool mailbox, which is made using a Minecraft head, this awesome wheelchair ramp leading up to the entrance of the monorail. But for me, my favorite part is this weird little sign hanging above the bakery, which not only uses this hot dog piece and one of the clear minifigure hand grabby pieces, but also uses a hoop piece simply balanced in between some of these curved vine pieces, which is a super cool build that I honestly would not have expected to see within a LEGO set. And there's plenty of more cool details, but I do want to start taking a look at the interior of some of these buildings, starting off with the bakery, which looks super cool, having baguettes, pretzels, this actual rolling pin that rolls thanks to Technic pieces, and also these wand box pieces, which were used to add texture to the stairs, which I personally think is super cool. And the nice thing is that a lot of the rooms on the lower floors can actually be pulled out to take a closer look at, which really adds to this set. And above the bakery, we have this room, which appears to be Mia's room, and apart from having this really intricately designed bed, we also have this lamp, which was made using a baby Minecraft head, which honestly works perfectly. And I also have to point out the windows, which were made using fence pieces on their sides. Heading back on down to the base level, we have Kai's Blacksmith Workshop, which is really cool, but it's kind of bizarre that this is the only building that doesn't actually have a back. But I do think it was intentional to show off some of the extra details, such as this furnace and this anvil. And you might have also noticed that there's a ladder down here. And this ladder leads us up to Kai's room, and it's really cool because the entrance into Kai's room is actually hidden under the bed, which is just a really cool extra detail. But other than that, I love the details within this room, such as the grandfather clock, the playing card, which is a reference to the old Ninjago playing cards you used to get with the spinners, and overall, especially when including the window design, this is another solid room. And then, on the right side of the first floor, we have the haircut salon, which is done in this really nice light teal color, and the actual interior of this building is really cool, using a lot of interesting pieces, such as Minion's hair to convey little containers of shampoo and hair products. And I also appreciate that they went for a more curved design, since it makes this building stand out. And then above the haircut salon, we have Sora and Aaron's apartment, which is a very small and tight build, but it looks really good since both Sora and Aaron have these bunk beds with differently designed blankets. Plus, it's also super cool to see a reference to Sora's bike mech in this blueprint poster that's on the wall. Okay, that was the first two floors. Now to take a look at the third floor, starting off with the main building
build for the monorail. And this entire section is probably one of my favorite parts of this set. Not only are there some amazingly detailed sticker elements, but there are also so many mechanics around the monorail, such as this little platform in the back which can go up and down, as well as this little dial which can open and close the bridge, and this other dial which serves as a wheelchair lift, which is just super cool. And then of course there's the main dial which allows the monorail to go up and down, and you can even open up the monorail, which is really neat. And overall it's just a super cool build that helps this modular stand out from the rest of the Ninjago City ones. For some other details from the third floor, we have the main bridge type area, which uses some really cool translucent green pieces to symbolize the fencing, but more importantly, this level includes Dareth's karaoke bar. And this build is amazing, using a lot of purple and teal pieces, and I also love that the build is pretty much covered in a bunch of these super cool posters. And other than that, we have this really interesting build for the windows at the entrance, where you put pieces into a longer translucent piece in order to give it this extra design, which was a really crazy build that I, again, would have never expected to see in a Lego set. And in terms of the interior, we have this awesomely built pool table, this super detailed jukebox, this dartboard, and then, of course, the main karaoke section. Moving on to the opposite side, we have the first level of the board store, which has this super cool curved build, and this honestly makes it look very modern, which is perfect for a board store. And the interior is also really cool with a lot of phones and other devices on display. The second floor as well is just as detailed, including this little desk setup, presumably for Cyrus Borg, which looks pretty neat. Moving back again to the other side, we have what lies above Dareth's karaoke bar, that being a sashimi restaurant and this almost porta potty like bathroom. And I love all of the details on this area, from the octopus with the pan to the awesome poster designs. And one detail you will notice about the bathroom is that it looks very detailed, but there is a mechanic behind that. Pretty much, once you have completely put together the markets, you can lift up this poster and press down this lever, which will flush the brown pieces out of the toilet and into the water, which is a super random and goofy mechanic, but it honestly works perfectly within this set. And other than that, the sashimi restaurant is super detailed and includes a lot of printed sushi pieces, which is pretty awesome. And that's pretty much it with this set. Of course, there are definitely a lot of extra little details which I might have glossed over, but trust me, it's a lot of fun to be able to experience some of those secrets while building this set. And to all of you who stuck through this analysis of the set, since I definitely know that even though I'm just recording the voice lines now, it's definitely going to be longer editing wise than I had hoped it would be, I really appreciate you all sticking around and watching the review. So if I had to rate this set, what would I rate it?
I would 100% give it a 5 out of 5. Although it is a little bit more open than the ones that I personally prefer more, I still think that this is perfect, and especially with the amount of Ninjago sets that are coming out, the amount of new figures that are constantly coming out, a market setting is a perfect way to display all of those figures. And although it's ridiculously expensive, I genuinely think it's worth the price. So yes, I really hope you guys enjoyed this LEGO review, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye!